Well, good evening and welcome to Farnham in Denmark. It's game day 3, Group A of the FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers. It's Denmark versus Georgia. Spain have already beaten Ukraine 86-66 in this group, so they will lead the group unbeaten on 3-0, and Ukraine will fall to 2-1. Both these teams are 0-2 from the first window in November. There's confirmation of the standings as they are right now. Denmark 0-2, Georgia 0-2. Denmark ahead of Georgia only on points difference. These players, these teams know each other well. They played each other in the Eurobasket 2025 qualifiers, splitting the games. Denmark winning 75-69 in Denmark, in Farnham here, and then 62-60, Georgia winning to then go on to qualify for Eurobasket 2025, where they got to the quarterfinals, beating France in their biggest upset and their best performance. So Georgia being introduced, and Tonika Şengeli, their leader, along with Duda Sanadze, Georgi Shemendini, who retired in the previous window in the game against Spain at Tenerife, where of course he's made that his home now, playing at such a high level and will continue to do so in the Basketball Champions League and the Liga Endesa. Now Denmark in red. This is a massive game for them. They've never been to the World Cup. Georgia, on the other hand, went to their first World Cup in 2023, and they finished 16th. But Denmark is a team on the rise. 2010, they won the European Small Countries gold medal, and they want to be a regular person at the big tournaments, a regular team at the big tournaments. They've had 3 Eurobaskets. No World Cup appearances yet. Can they put that right? They need to get in the top 3. Georgia and Denmark. Ukraine, Spain seem to be out in front, especially if Spain get a win on Monday. They will be playing Ukraine again. The return for this game is Monday as well, back in Tbilisi. Here comes Denmark, the home team. Look at the shooting tops that Denmark are wearing. One of their young players, Marcus Endogard-Moller, has been diagnosed with cancer. Marcus has already started his chemotherapy treatment with great courage and positivity. Our team would like to show their support for Marcus and his family by wearing a special warm-up shirt during the 2 games against Georgia, which is what we're seeing the Danish team wear right now. And well, there's, you've got Marcus on their back, and basketball is big, but what is going on with Marcus Engelsved-Moller is even bigger. We wish him and his family and friends all the very best, and hopefully a speedy recovery. So the teams are introduced. We'll go further into the detail of who's playing tonight after the national anthems. Well, the atmosphere here is absolutely electric, as you would imagine, for a World Cup qualifier. It's the road to Qatar in 2027. It's window 2. 2 games this window, and then 2 more in the summer, which will end round 1. If you're in the top 3 in the first round groups, you will progress to round 2. Here's the referees from Hungary. I'll give you the full details of the referees. We are just moments away. Here's starting 5 for Georgia. Marquise Reed. Speaks shortly about him. Duda Sanadze, Georgi Todoladze, Sonika Shengalia, and Georgi Ochkikidze. Shengalia putting up massive numbers for his country. He continues to be the leader, and Duda Sanadze's got a big role to play tonight. There's the head coach for Georgia, Alexander Dzigic, who's pulled off that massive win against France in Eurobasket 2025 to get them to the quarterfinals for the first time, 80-70. Here's Denmark. They got some great young players: Tobias Jensen, Gustav Knudsen, Adam Yeed Anderson, Kevin Larson, and Dane Erikstrup, who is the leading scorer for Denmark. But watch out for Jensen. Larson, the biggest rebounder, and Coach Voss has plenty of talent at his disposal. It's whether they can, they've got to take care of home court advantage here, and they're here home today. Monday they travel to Georgia, which will again be an amazing spectacle, and we hope you can join us. Georgia, of course, 8th in Eurobasket 2025. They hosted Eurobasket 2022 in the group stages, where they beat Turkey, but they just couldn't get out of the group, and then Bulgaria didn't progress. 1 minute to countdown. It's the Tissot countdown, and the MC getting the crowd ready for this. It's for Marcus, it's for Denmark, it's for basketball, it's for world basketball. These games, these events, having these in-season games in front of packed houses is exactly what World Cup qualification in the European qualifiers is all about, as the crowd really try and get their team Denmark fired up. Denmark are 59 in the world. That's their rank by FIBA, and Georgia, by making the FIBA Basketball World Cup in 23, then getting to the quarterfinals of Eurobasket in 25, they're world ranked 20. But Shermandini has moved on. Now they've got Marquise Reed. He's 30 years old. He is putting up extraordinary numbers in the Turkish BSL for Trabzonspor and Sofas the last couple of years. MVP the last 2 years, and also the leading scorer in the FIBA Europe Cup. The second team also ACC at Clemson as well. So, big time player to be able to bring in. There's been 1 or 2 good import players for Georgia, and let's see if Marquise Reed is going to be another one of those. There's Kevin Larson, 32 years old, 2'7", playing in Lucentum in Spain. Leading rebounder, 7.5 points, 7.5 rebounds. Solid player, just the sort of character you need tonight. Is it going to be red, or is it going to be white of Georgia tonight? They meet again in Tbilisi on Monday. They've already played each other home and away in the Eurobasket 2025 qualifiers, so they're getting to know each other well. Sit back, relax. It's the World Cup qualifiers, game day 3 here in Denmark. Georgia win the tip. Shengalia, a lot will go through Tonika. 34 years old. And for him, it's just such an unfortunate circumstance that he didn't make his home Eurobasket in 2022 with a shoulder injury, but could Some great numbers in 2025, and I'm sure he will be a key player tonight. Here is Marquise Reed. Explosive, exciting. Pull-up J is no good. And here comes Jensen, player to watch. Some great articles on the FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers, and he tried the long, that would have been one heck of a catch and finish, but they couldn't get it to go. So, Kikidze is running the point. Sanadze pulls up, tough shot, almost behind the backboard, no good. And here comes Denmark. In transition, 17.5 points from fast breaks. They lead all teams in European qualifiers. Georgia are more of a half-court team. Nice fake and a handoff. Tonike, spin. He's got two players on him. Nice kick out to the shooter. And in, out, and back out again. And Georgi Kikidze called for the foul. Shot by Sanadze was very close. He's playing with Mallorca in the LEB Gold this season. A lot of experience, but they've also got one very good-looking young player in Kadiashvili that will come off the bench, age 17 years old. Georgia, that is. So, Denmark, it's 0-0, cagey start. There's Marquise Reed, 30 years old, 1.91 m. Larson, hands off to Tobias Jensen. Steal, watch out. And just a simple layup for Marquise Reed. Maybe he's going to get warmed up first before he throws it down. Larson. Georgia are on their way. Jensen can't get it to go. Just electric atmosphere, but some nerves as well from both teams. Left-hand finish, and all of a sudden, Marquise Reed finds a gap in the Danish defense. Pull-up. Shot is just off. They are run and gun. It's, Loyola Marymount. Play fast. Almost. Tonika Shegalia just waited, and appreciated by Marquise Reed. World Cup qualifiers. Game day 3. Denmark 0. Georgia 4. Denmark need to get on the board early. They do not want to be giving up a deficit this early. Inside to Larson, but he catches and then stops. Just got to keep the ball moving. Spins baseline. Then he's run out of time and run out of court. I think he may have got away with that. So, Denmark still scoreless, but a big crowd in here tonight in Farum. They're just checking. Referees tonight while we've got this break. Peter Bresk from Hungary, Carsten Struhl and Valerio Grigioni from Hungary, Germany and Italy. Blocked. Nice job by Georgi Terziladze. Kikidze. Shengalia looks to go right, goes left, left hand effort, but he'll get to the foul line. 34 years old now, Tonika. Has been a top player for a long, long time. 2'6". With this qualification campaign, he has 17.6 rebounds, 4 assists. Versus Ukraine, and 10.7 rebounds, 1 assist versus Spain, both in defeats. But he is relentless. He's averaging 13.5 points a game, 6.5 rebounds, which is first for Georgia, 2.5 assists, which is second for Georgia, 1 steal. He's 8 of 15 from the free throw line coming into the game, but that looks a pretty good stroke. Played in the Eurobaskets, apart from his home Eurobasket in 2022, 11, 15, 17 and 25. We'll get into more of that detail as we go through the game. But we just know he's a super player for club and country. What a save. This is big. And they make it. That's big time from Denmark. Great hustle and scrabble and get the ball out to a shooter. And they're in the game. Jensen with the assist, Knudsen with the score. Schengelia with the miss. Ball gets knocks loose, but great job from Knudsen. And the finish above the hoop. The Danes are coming back. Dane Erikstrup, 2 meters 12, just 22 years old. Leading scorer for this team, 15.5 points a game with the throwdown in transition. It's 6-5 Georgia, and whistle call on the defensive end. Break in the game. So that's Marquise Reed in motion. He's just a lot of dribble, but he's going to pull up, and he's long, and that's good defense from Denmark. They've got to fight and scrap. Okay, 6-5, Georgia over Denmark. Heed Anderson, shots up from deep from the big man. Erikstrup, ball comes loose, but they get there first, behind the back. Think about the three. Spun round, attack, off the glass is a big time finish from Pedersen. 27 years old, 2 meters 1. He's loyal to his country and he's loyal to Back and Bears for the last 10 years as well. Big time play. Denmark take the lead for the first time. Great behind the back pass, and then just adjusts himself on the way to the basket. Really good move. That is pure. Schengelia was waiting, but he couldn't get airborne or do anything about preventing that score. Vivadze is in. Sergeladze is out for Georgia. Schengelia on the floor and with the ball. Shot up is just out. Marcus Molgaard is in for Denmark. 25-year-old, 1.96 m, shots up and good, nothing but net. And Dane Erikstrup nails the three. And a score inside for Georgia. Nice play. That was nice. Just did the up fake to get the defense off him. Got a feeling this is going to be close all the way. Great spectacle here in FIBA Denmark. Underneath, back outside, but good pressure without fouling by Georgia. In comes Jonathan Klusman. Playing for Paderborn Basket in Germany. He's in the game, so a lot of rotations. It's going to be a high-intensity game. Shengelia, he knows about high-intensity basketball. Still got it. Steps through, spins, and great defense. Good stand, but he gets his own miss. And that is so cool and calm and incisive from Tanika Shengelia. More screens. Pedersen. Just semi-posts up against Reed. Good defense on the outside. Shots up from the corner is short, and Georgia rebound off the bounce. Shengelia, point forward. Just can play all 5 positions. Just a wonderful player to watch. Spins baseline. Good pass inside. Reed has to come all the way out. Then he goes all the way back in, almost. Shots up is just off from Andrew Nikashvili inside. Nikashvili, 24 years old now. All the way across, Reed. Corner 3 is off. Big rebound by Denmark, who are running the floor, but that's unfortunate. For all the great things Tobias Jensen does, I don't think he realised, maybe he didn't, that there was another player beyond him, but that pass was intended for. This game is tied at 10 cents, and Adze, long-time player for the national team, 33 years old now. Represented his nation with distinction, and this is another player that I'm sure they would really want to push on now. Andrew Nikashvili, he's the leading assist man with 4 assists a game. If he can just get a bit more offense going, and there he goes with his left hand, but he just doesn't finish. Really good defender, long body, long wingspan. Just needs, when they leave him to make that one-on-one play, just go ahead and finish. Extra pass all the way round. Are they going to go? Pull up J is just off. Good hustling and haranguing there from the Georgian closeout. Both teams in team fouls, 2:20 remaining in the first. Pass that was open on the baseline, but Andrew Nikashvili just couldn't secure it. Shengelia, Reed starts to come towards him. Reed off the dribble, crosses over. Opposite corner is shots up. Good box out from Pedersen for Denmark. Crossover, Jensen. And he can't get it to go. Shengelia was at full stretch there on defense. He did just enough to stop young Jensen from getting a bucket. Marquise Reed. Reed attacks left-handed. Floater is off. Good rebound, though, on the other side of the hoop by Pavadze. Shengelia just looking at options. Spins. Steps through. And just can't get it to go. But it's another foul against Denmark, another foul drawn by the master, Tanika Shengelia. Just great footwork. He'll stop in one way, he'll step through another, and it's, yeah. So Tanika Shengelia. Five points, 3 of 3 from the line so far tonight. Make that 4 of 4. Played at the 2011 Eurobasket set 15-17. and 25. 2025 Eurobasket, 13 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists in the 7 games. And of course they beat France in the round of 16 and eventually losing to Finland in the quarterfinals. But that was Georgia's best ever finish in a Eurobasket. Shengelia gets a break. But great to see him here at these qualifiers. So it's so needed for the competition and for Georgia, of course. Klusman is in the game. Pedersen, and a bit of misunderstanding there. Yeah. Intended back cut. They obviously work a lot on moving the ball quickly, a lot of player movement, and a bit of a miscommunication there. And Coach Alan Foss speaking to his assistants about that. Would have been some sort of signal in a read and react for the back, for the cut to the bucket. Nice pass, and no finish, and the ball's loose. Both players dive for it. Great hustle by both players, and Kahab Chintaradze diving to the floor along with Adam Heed Anderson. (12-10) Georgia, low scoring affair, not for long. 12-12, tied. Klusman with the finish there. Sanadze back on the floor, and it might be an offensive push-off. Nice job by Jonathan Klusman. Let's just see. Well, there was a screen there first, and then, yeah, just a little extension of the arm. It's okay to ease the defensive player off, but once you straighten the arm and push, that can be a problem. That's what happened there, I think. Good call by the refs. Sanadze won't feel the same, or Coach Jigic. Approaching 30 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Denmark in red on their home floor against Georgia. Larson back outside, back to Larson. Time running down for this shot clock. Shots up, and it's just off. Now Georgia can have the final shot of the quarter. Handoff for Chikidski. Pull up from the free throw line is off, and time is going to expire. And at the end of the first quarter here in Denmark, it's low scoring, and we're tied at 12. Very physical. After the first quarter, Denmark 12, Georgia 12. There was a foul on that round, on that rebound. So there's going to be 2 shots. And we'll just confirm what time has been. Apologies for any confusion there, but that was right at the end of the quarter. And a foul on the defensive rebound. It was Merkveladze. And Pedersen will go to the line for 2 shots. First free throw missed. Pedersen, 27 years old, 2 meters 1. 7 points, 2 assists so far in the World Cup qualifiers. Played in the pre-qualifiers. Of course, Denmark had to pre-qualify to get to this qualification stage. As they didn't make Eurobasket, they were in group with Croatia and Norway. And free throws are missed. But it's 12-12 at the end of the first. We got there in the end. It's the FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers. The road to Qatar for 2027. And it's Denmark versus Georgia. Here's the statistics. 4 of 12 from 2 for Georgia, 3 of 8, 2 of 7 from 3 for Denmark. And Georgia 0 of 6 from behind the arc. as we look at the highlights, Marquise Reed just easing his way in to proceedings, and then Denmark got themselves back into it. They do lead the league in fast break points, and it's not just layups. They like to push the ball and get three-point shots. So that was a nice play by Denmark. And then the big man, Dane Erikstrup, the modern number 5 with the finish, and Sanadze, who can shoot the three. He got the inside play, and there's Tunika Shengelia, such an important player for Georgia. So Denmark came through the pre-qualifiers last summer, as didn't make Eurobasket, along with Norway, Croatia, and so 3 teams, home and away, 4 games, and they beat Norway twice, lost to Croatia twice, which got them into these qualifiers. Scan the QR code for Courtside 1891 for live and extended highlights on demand or live, all your scores, the FIBA Basketball World Basketball Show. Scan the QR code. It's a whole world of basketball at your fingertips. What a wonderful evening tonight, and a lot of it is with the thoughts of the Basketball Federation and the players out there tonight. For Marcus Engelhardt Muller, who is dealing with diagnosis of cancer and is having chemotherapy treatment. And as I said pre-game, we wish Marcus and his family the very best. And Denmark would love to get a win for themselves and for Marcus's family tonight, and that's a really strong move. I think Pedersen wanted a foul, but nothing doing. Foul away from the ball. It's just having to deal with those screens and player movement off the ball. It's Sanadze draws the foul. Gustav Knudsen. Knudsen picking up the foul. Shengelia just shoots, everything's done at his own pace. Shoots the three, doesn't get it to go. And here comes Denmark wanting to run, but Georgia really doing a good job of getting back in transition D. Handoff on the wing, then into Pedersen, trying to keep everything in a flow here, Denmark. Penetrate, kick, shots up, and it's just off, just couldn't quite get fully squared up. And here comes Georgia with Sanadze trying to run and break free. And Shengelia, that was nice. Just drew the defender in there. He looked as if he was going to go for a handoff. Just watch. Looks as though he's going to go for a handoff, and then he looks as though he's going to cross over and then comes back the same way. Just dancing feet from the 34-year-old. 2 meters 6 as well, remember. That's 6'9". He's a big player, and he's deceptively quick if you're not fully on your guard. Now he posts up, or mid-post. Rips through, looks up, double team, someone's open, spins, and there is a push. He's just difficult to handle. And Denmark, can you handle it? Nice spin. There was a push. If it hadn't been a push, Shengelia might have been called for stepping on the baseline. Kevin Larsson doesn't agree with the call. 32-year-old, 2 meters 7 himself. Right, movement, Sanadze looking to try and break free, but good job by Denmark keying on one of the big players for Georgia. Step through, one-handed jump shot is off, and Gustav Knudsen, massive rebound. 6.5 rebounds a game. That's second in the Danish team. Now a little bit of spacing. 4 out, and Larsson was in, and just backing his defender up off one leg is no good. But great job Fantastic job there by Sylvester Pedersen, knocking the ball loose. And it fell into the hands of Adam Heed Anderson, who made the finish. Watch this. Shengelia didn't box out. He didn't have two hands on the ball. Denmark kept it alive, and there, good things will happen if you get after offensive rebounds. Second possessions, second chance possessions. Absolutely massive. And the free throw is good. Five to four now, Denmark second chance points with the free throw. And in comes Tobias Jensen. Reed, Marquise Reed back into the game. They've done a good job at him so far. Elbow J is long, and a good rebound by Jensen, just 21 years old. Player to watch. Well, we are watching you, Tobias, and it's just long. Tobias, excuse me. Reed fouled, and he throws it up now. And they're going to call it 3 shots. He got into shooting motion quick enough. And a little cheeky play, but, you know, yeah. Adam Heed Anderson did foul him, so get that shot straight up. Marcus Reed. He's averaging 23 points a game, 5 assists, 3 rebounds, 1.5 steals. And Trabzonspor are 16-4 and 3rd in the Turkish Basketball Super League. He's MVP for the last 2 seasons in the Turkish Basketball Super League, so one heck of a player. Can Georgia get the best out of Marquise Reed, and can Marquise Reed get the best out of Georgia? Well, Alexander Djigic will really be hoping he does. That him and Shengelia and Sanadze and a couple of other players can step up and do something special for this Georgian national team. Now Reed, will he throw this one down? Yes, he went for it, he missed it. How crucial will that be? He did what the crowd and what we all want him to see these players do, but he missed the dunk. And Mekveladze stepped on the sideline there. Now, I don't think Marquise Reed will want to see this highlight. You know, 1.91 m, he's got to get up to get down, to throw it down, and didn't quite do it. So, Adam Heed Anderson, whistle away from the ball. David Christensen is in for David Christensen. Christensen setting the screen there as well. Tobias Janssen. Back to Janssen. Screen, roll. Three's up and it's short. Maybe the pass in could have been an option if for Janssen, but that's only after we know he didn't make the 3. So these players and these young players have got such belief in their talents. And he put up some big numbers against Spain. 20.6 rebounds in the loss against Spain. Doing great things in the German top flight with Ratafam Elm. Back to Marquise Reed, who will want to make amends for the missed dunk in transition. Christensen with the foul. Christensen, 27 years old. Shengelia at the line. And the Georgian fans looking on. They know how big this game is, and not quite on net, but look what this basketball does to us all that follow it and love it, whether you're commentating or playing, coaching. This guy here is big time, Sonika Shengelia. And just like that, he leaves the free throw short. And Denmark still lead by 1. Adam Heed Andersen gets the offense started. Jensen, wrap-around pass, good defense by Oski Kidzi. And they get the steal, and it's Shengelia comes away with the ball. Crossover, pulls out, attacks. Off the glass, and he gets it to go over the outstretched hands of the D, and Marquise Reed really like that. Just great ball handling, and look, straight into Dane Erikstrup, who is 2 meters 12, the young 22-year-old Dane, and he just great concentration, and he's up and away. Shengelia. At the line. He makes the free throw, and the Georgians have made the journey. Now making themselves heard here, and they lead by 2. Slow scoring affair. Here we go, Denmark going to put that to bed. And a big-time dunk from David Christensen. Beautiful ball movement, and all of a sudden, front foot defense and deflections. And that's big. Great extra pass, penetrate. Shengelia came across, perfect timing, and we're tied at 19. Substitutions are in, Chintaradze in, and Sanadze out. Just a bit of a break in play. Chintaradze just played the 1 game. You just saw him on screen. Played 11 minutes. Hasn't scored yet. 1 rebound coming into today's game. Just want to get things right, and it's all good humoured. Played at 25 Eurobasket and 22 Eurobasket, so a lot of experience there as he makes the inbounds to Ochi Kidzi. Shengelia spins, help comes, but he steps through. That is so smooth, and he gets hit on the back of the head, maybe an inadvertent elbow there. But the way he plays, it's tough. He just gets to the basket at his own time. And so tough to defend. 21-19, Georgia lead, halfway through. Approaching halfway through the of the second quarter. Jensen. To Knudsen. That is an outstanding pass by Gustav Knudsen. That is pinpoint to Christensen, who's come in and made a real big difference as well, finishing around the hoop. He's up to 4 points, 2 of 2. Look out as Shengelia just slaloms to the hoop. Right hand finish, underhand, can't get it to go. But now the defense was waiting there. What are they going to call? I'm not sure if he was completely stationary, but clearly not, because Shengelia is already waiting at the line for his free throws. Yeah, good effort by Dane Ekkerstrup. but his feet needed to be wider apart. He needed to be half a step across for Shengelia to go square into his chest. Second foul for Eric Strupp. Shengelia drains the first free throw, and the crowd loving it. Just living at the free throw line. 8 of 9. 14 points for Shengelia. (23-21). Back outside. Deep three thought about. Attack, underhand, finish. What a beautiful move by Gustav Knudsen. Shengelia crossover, step round. Going to have to go back out. Gets it back. Just a much more deliberate way of playing, but their wide open three is good for Kahab Jintaradze. Just spoke about him, how much experience he brings to this team, and he just showed it right there. Off the dribble, three-pointer, no good, unfortunately, for Knudsen and Denmark. 3-point lead for Georgia, but this was really nice. Used both sides of the rim and the backboard. Wonderful assist from the mid-post on one side into the deep corner. And it's timeout for Georgia. Let's listen in. Courtside 1891. Download the app and everything you need for your streams and live games, stats from the world of basketball. You can buy the pass just for this window or the year pass on Max. Just under 4:30 remaining. Kidzi to Marquise Reed, who hasn't caught fire yet. Let's see if he can make this three, and he does, and that makes up for the dunk that he missed in transition. Just easing his way, just finding his spots, how he can help this team. Jensen picks up the dribble, and now he gets it stolen. And it's Georgia starting to put their foot down now and put down a marker. Ojski Kidzi with the finish, the steal and the finish. And Jensen just couldn't get back. Great movement. Wonderful riposte from Tobias Jensen. That's the way to respond after an error. Go straight back at the defense and finish. Great movement without the ball. Now Shengelia spins. Defense comes over. Got to be careful not to foul him. Back outside. Under 10 seconds remaining. Reed, can he make something happen? Marquise Reed pulls up. Blocked! Get out of here! It's 2-on-1. Jensen needs to make a good decision. There's one. Goes all the way to the hoop. Hangs in the air. Tobias Jensen, 21 years old, 1.98 m. And he takes Shengelia to the rack. Reed, 31-27, Georgia lead. Back outside, Shengelia thinks about the three, takes the three, and just off, ball's loose. Great rebound by Jensen. He does a bit of everything, but that is a dangerous pass. But they just want to play fast, which can lead to some danger. But Reed gets a deflection, but this is good. He goes straight into the body. That could have been a foul, actually, as Shengelia tried to get out of the way. Great young player, Jensen, 21 years old. Larson, across to Erikstra, who likes the three as well as going inside. Pedersen, crossover, attacks, nice pass, and running along the baseline, Magnus Molgaard. If you're open and you're in red, you'll get the ball playing on this team. Now, Rati Andronikashvili. Can he really make something happen for Georgia here? Gives it to Reed coming off the screen. Marquise Reed goes back, crossover, attacks off the that's incredible. What body control to get that to go. Jensen. Across to Larson. Three is thought about by Pedersen. Screen from Larson. Deep range three is, oh, it's good! Sylvester Pedersen off the screen from Larson, and we're right back, almost locked together again. 33-32 to Georgia, 7 points Pedersen. Reed off the screen, but the ball's loose. Fortuitously falls to Duda Sanadze. Sanadze sizes up Larson inside. Shengelia needs to make a shot, and he misses everything. And Terziladze just couldn't get it to go, but Shengelia didn't have enough time to make something happen. But this happened for Pedersen. Big time shot with the defense stepping out, and wonderful play. But Georgia still lead by one. Denmark 32, Georgia 33. Jensen, tough, strong player. Larson back to Jensen. Jensen for three, just short. If he can just sharpen up that part of his game. Shengelia looking sharp, crossover, throw down, big time downhill play by Shengelia. The three is coming back at you, no good. Rebound by Terziladze. And Andronikashvili gets it to Jintaradze. And they clear out for Shengelia. Denmark over the limit, so Shengelia will go to the line. Guarded by Molgaard. Just rips it through, and Molgaard with the foul. Shengelia. So Shengelia can extend the lead. He had made the fast break dunk, and now he can extend the lead, and it's just a thing of beauty watching Shengelia play this game. He's got an average for all his years since 2009 Eurobasket Division B of over 14 points a game, 6 rebounds and 2.5 assists. And now he's here representing Georgia in the 2027 World Cup qualifiers. There's a whistle. 22 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Nikashvili with the foul, and Erikstra draws the foul. 14 seconds on this shot clock. Shots up, and it's not going to reach, and that's not a great look, and ball comes off. Danish player by the looks of it last, and it'll be Georgia ball. So there is a challenge. Ball adjudged to a head coach's challenge requested. Ball adjudged to have gone off. Danish ball hand last off the three-point miss. Hits the underside of the backboard, and should get a better look here. It's going to hit the underside of the backboard and skim down. I might need to get a better camera angle than that. Now we've got it behind the. Then just they need the camera just to be a little bit lower. It's Dane Erikstra who's right in the thick of it with Mekweladze. Now, if they can't, they're not going to see conclusively who this ball went off from these pictures, then the ball will stay with Georgia. Both players are equally connected to the ball. It's really it almost looks potentially like it's the player to the left of Erikstra that just punches the ball out. Anyway, remains with Georgia. It's now a timeout. 18.8 seconds remaining in the second. there's going to be some sort of screen action in this play. But looking at the scores, it's Marquise Reed 12 and 18 for Schengelia. No one in from Denmark are in double figures. 7 for Pedersen. As we look at some of the highlights, that is going downhill at 2 meters 6. Five points for Knudsen. So Denmark trying to get their scoring boots on for the second half. Both teams, it is a low scoring affair, but Georgia by 5. If they can get another score, that is a really solid margin to take to the second half. Schengelia goes baseline, steps back, great pass. That is outrageous assist, outstanding knowledge of where his players are. And that's a little wraparound pocket pass to finish the half with Georgia 37, Denmark 32. Highlight play for us to finish the first half. Half time, Denmark 32, Georgia 39. Here's the statistics. 10 of 23 for 2, 20% from 3 for Georgia, 93% from the line. That's 13 of 14 from the line. 18 to 23 rebounds, 9 assists to 4 for Denmark. And Pedersen, Knudsen, Erikstrup 7, 5 and 5. Schengelia 18, Reed 12, and then Jin Chiradze with that 3-pointer are the leading scorers for Georgia. So here's some highlights, and Denmark have really threatened to catch fire in this game, but they just haven't been able to get ahead and stay connected. And this was, well, it's a highlight steal, but not a highlight finish. Maybe just a two-hand drop over the top would have been good. This is how you finish. Two-handed, beautiful, two-footed attack of the basket. And then inside as well. And Christensen has done well as Erikstrup going to the bucket. And then that was the 3 all alone. And then the 3-pointer as well for Marquise Reed, MVP for the Turkish Basketball Super League. Ochi Kidze's done a good job as well with some steals. And the finish there. And then crossover, and then that. That is a statement, exclamation mark for Tanika Schengelia. A lot of stuff goes through him. 18 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. And that assist at the end was delicious. We're at half time. We'll see you the other side for the second half. Don't go anywhere.
Oh my goodness sakes, that's a throwdown. Goes in for the dunk. Good night. Too big, too strong, and just too good. Bogdanovic, who goes in and scores. Ah! This is what it's all about. It's all one big basketball family, folks. Winning time. Both teams over the limit. You have got to be kidding me! What a pass that is, Matson! Are you mad, son? To Shimada, glides through, no one there. Oh, new stat. Markovic meets him at the penthouse and swats it away. Might be Kununchuk to drill for the lob, and he's going to tie us up.
There's about a 3-second differential, and the Netherlands turn it over. Oh my word. M1. Sokolowski.
Now here we are, Brochit in the open floor, bounce pass Tony behind the back. Are you kidding me? A little bit of showtime at the most important time of the game. Brochit head up, he comes back and just hammers it home.
Fourth turnover of the game for Serbia.
Drives inside with the two-handed thunder for Fana. That's a big play. Oh, it's been thrown away by Grover. Kuhlman for three. No way! You are kidding me! You are kidding me right now! Unbelievable here in Copa. Has that really just happened?
Yay. Goes downhill. Oh, yeah. Cheryl with a yeah. Just sticks the defender on a poster.
They have to heave. No good off the glass. Spain, who have numbers. And they finish. Alex Reyes extends the lead 60-43. And Spain is on a roll. Just having their way tonight.
Throws it up. He spills it. Sargiones for the win. Oh my goodness. Lithuania make it on the buzzer. How? Simply just how? The basketball gods favor their most loved child, Lithuania.
How many times are we going to see this? Baseline, are you kidding me?
Papa Nicolau says, give it to me.
Go attacks the closeout, feed Bruno inside.
Fills it up. It's all right.
Well, welcome back. And here's Tuke Shengelia with his contribution in the first half. 18 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists and a steal. And a headache there with was on the back of his head. Top scorer for Denmark is Sylvester Pedersen with 7 points. 1 of 3 from 3, 3 of 5 from the field, plus minus of +2. Shengelia has a plus minus +11. No turnovers for Tonika. Great move that was from Pedersen. I hope you enjoyed the halftime entertainment. Being a British fan, being from Britain, the #1 pick, still seems unbelievable from Saranas. What an incredible performance by him in Lithuania to overturn that deficit in the dying seconds against Great Britain in London. And but that's World Cup qualifiers, and that's the small margins. There's Pedersen, 7 points, Pedersen 4 rebounds, Pedersen 2 assists. And they're all wearing special warm-up tops. If you just joined us, it's to show support for a young player within the Danish basketball, Marcus Engelhardt-Moller, who has been diagnosed with cancer and going through chemotherapy treatment. Number 2 and Marcus on the back of their warm-up tops. They'll be wearing them here and in Georgia. And there's Pedersen's full stats. Seven points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 turnovers. 2 of 2 from 2, 1 of 3 from 3. Yet to hit a free throw. So 7-point lead for Georgia. As mentioned previously, they did meet in the Eurobasket qualifiers, so they know each other well. First game in Denmark, Denmark won 75-69. Leading scorer that day isn't playing here. Iffy Lundberg, 19 points. Kevin Larsson had 13 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. And Georgia, 27 points for Schengelia, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. And the Danish fans are having a great time drinking their, I would think it's Carlsberg, looking at the headwear. And then in the game in Georgia, which Georgia won by 2, Schengelia 19 points, 13 rebounds, led the way, and Dudersen adds 16 points, 4 rebounds. And for Denmark, 14 points for Kevin Larsson. And Tobias Jensen, 11 points. So we're just moments away from the restart. Denmark have a 7-point deficit. Top 3 go through. These are the teams that are 3rd and 4th in the group. Spain are top, 3-0. Ukraine 2-1 in 2nd. And on Monday, the scene will shift to Tbilisi for the 2nd game in this series. And after that game, we will know a lot more about who, as there only be 2 games left to go, who is in the prime seat to get that 3rd spot out of these 2 teams at the moment. Schengelia 18, Reed 12. That's the leading scorers for Georgia. Reed and Schengelia have 30 of the 39 points from Georgia. The families in, having a great time here. We are in the Farum Arena in Denmark. Denmark National Association putting on a great show. Can the national team pull themselves out of this hole? 7 down as Alexander Djigic looks on, the Georgia national team coach. He was in charge at Eurobasket last summer when they beat France in the round of 16 matchup 80-70. France, one of the top seeds in the world rankings, and that was their first quarterfinals ever, and then they lost to Finland in that quarterfinal. But what a great achievement. Tanika Shengalia, 18 points, 4 of 9 from the field, 10 of 11 from the free throw line. Such a leader. No Shermandini on this occasion. And no Thaddeus McFadden, but Marquise Reed is trying to come in and fill that spot, and he's doing a pretty solid job, apart from the transition dunk that he missed, but then he followed that up with a 3, and the crowd are expectant. There is Danish basketball, ranked at 59 in the world. They know how to put on a show. They understand international basketball, the fans do. And they've got players like Tobias Jensen, Knudsen, and Dana Erikstrup at 2 meters 12. He's playing a Donna Groningen. But they've got to find a way to deal with Shengalia and a way to deal with Reed. Hope you're enjoying the action. It's the FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers, the road to Qatar. Saudi Arabia hosted the Asia Cup last year. Qatar are going to host the World Cup in 2027, and the fans and the drums and the headwear and the beer is in full swing. Can Denmark respond and come back? And the referees enjoying the occasion as well, I'm sure. It really is. It really is a special occasion when the World Cup qualifiers are in town. Now, game temporarily suspended due to a technical issue. The players need to keep warm here, and let's hope we can get underway shortly. The teams have played 2 games in window 1. Denmark lost 74-64 to Spain here, and then on the road 88-71 to Ukraine. And then Georgia lost 79-92 versus Ukraine in Georgia, and then lost 90-61 to Spain in Spain. So they had a tough window. 79-92 they lost at home. So the game is suspended at the moment due to a technical issue. We hope that we will be back on track very shortly. Of course, we've been waxing lyrical about Tanika Shengalia. He has scored 10 plus points in each of his 14 World Cup qualifiers encounters. No other player has more than 8 such games in a row, and you can see why. He's so efficient. He knows where he wants the ball. And it's not just the points, it's the rebounds and the high IQ assist. None bigger and none more cheeky than that final assist right at the end of the first half. Download the World Cup Qualifiers app. Scan the QR code. Again, everything you need from all 4 regions of these World Cup qualifiers: Asia, Africa, the Americas, and Europe. It's 24-hour basketball pretty much all around the world. Alexander Djigic. He's just trying to keep his players focused. And the same for as the camera gets up close. 54-year-old Serbian in charge of Georgia since 2024. And a big CV of wins around Europe. So we're underway. Hope you're enjoying the action. It's the World Cup qualifiers. Game day 3, the first game for these two teams of this window. They meet again in Georgia on Monday. Can Denmark have a fast start? Catch, and that is an air ball, which is reacted to first by Pedersen, and then the ball ends up in the hands of, you guessed it, Tanika Shangalia. Erik Strup again up. Foot 11, Erik Strup, meters 12. That's a contested 3. Maybe make a pass, get to the basket, really just mix things up, but that's the modern game. And of course he can shoot over most defenders. Talking about a player that can shoot over most defenders or around defenders, Shangalia, what a pass. 3's up and just off for Sanadze. And there's a foul in transition by Turtle Zadzi. And Sylvester Pedersen is fouled. Coach Alan Foss. And trying to get the play inside, just can't get it to go. Watch Kikidze. Reed attacks, hangs in the air and finishes, and he's really strong. And a good 1-2 punch for Georgia. Is it going to be too much for Denmark tonight? 41-32. Again, the defense just hurried Denmark, and there's no one getting back, and that's another bucket. And I think a timeout will be coming very soon. 43-32, Georgia. Larson almost has it knocked away. Back to Larson. Larson, nice pass inside, left-hand finish by Tobias Jensen. Can the young stallion, and they get the steal, and another finish. And all of a sudden, 4 quick points, and they've just put on the tough defense, the full-court defense, which is what they need. And they're just managing the deficit. Handoff to Reed. Reed is harassed. Larson needs to get back underneath into the corner. Shots up is good. Nothing but net. Nice play by Georgia. Ball's loose, and Reed is in the open floor, and he makes sure he lays it up safely this time. Timeout is called by Denmark. And again, that sideways pass across the top. You got players like Reed anywhere near, it's going to spell trouble, and it did for Denmark, who were forced to take a timeout early in the third. Well, the fans are doing everything they can to help this team, but Georgia are starting to turn the screw. There was 4 quick points, and then they responded with 4 of themselves as The game day team are keeping the crowd all fired up with giveaways. Wouldn't mind one of those myself if I could get into the right area of the arena. And the fans enjoying themselves from both countries, everybody together. Reed up to 16 points now in his debut for Georgia. Inside to Larson, double team, and Jensen started to come down. Larson, they've got to get this up, time running out, shots up, and good defense and a foul, and things just not happening. The ball stayed with Larson for a bit too long. It's not their natural way of playing. Georgia's experience and their recent success of getting deep into the Eurobasket 2025, qualifying for the World Cup 2023, for the first time qualifying for the World Cup. Some of the pieces and the players have changed with Sherman Deeney retiring, but it's that experience and belief that they belong at the top table. Reed, he certainly does. He just misses. He had a great look there and saves it. And he saves it to a Georgian player. That's excellent. Second chance points. Denmark pay the price. And that's beautiful hustle. And Duda Sanadze with the three from the top. But nice job by Reed and Terzuladze saving the ball to set the three up. Nice give and go. Attack. Extra pass. Quick finish. And Gustav Knudsen gets the job done underneath. 51-38, Georgia expanding the lead. Otskikidze. Reed attacks and a foul. Well, it's either going to be a foul or a jump ball, and referees will need to decide, and it is a jump ball, and that will go back to Denmark, who need to make a stand now. Yeah, that's good D. They need to have a good transition here. Larson comes out, tough offensive spell for him there. Larson, no points, only one rebound tonight in 14 minutes of action. Just not getting what they really like out of the big man. He's averaging 7.5 rebounds and 7.5 points from the first window. Eric Strupp just diving to the basket. Knudsen, left hand, just can't get it to go. But he had a good look. Shengelia, point forward. Crossover, just slips through and off the glass, and he just gets where he needs to get to on the floor. Relentless excellence. Into the corner, shots up. They could really do with one of these going. Great ups and effort. And Andro Nikashvili with the rebound. Reed, nice pass and finish. And Georgi Terzuladze playing some big minutes here as the lead extends for Georgia. Free throw line, Jay is just short and the putback doesn't go. But look at Knudsen, and they get the steal, Georgia. But look at Knudsen, he's not giving up on it. This is outstanding hustle and getting your knees dirty by both teams. Shengelia just waits, extends, bounces off the defense, steps through, and it's just the speedy plays that he makes the defense freeze or step up slightly out of their defensive position, and then he attacks and steps through there with the right hand under the bucket. 22 points, Shengelia. And foul called. Foul on Terzuladze. Just beautiful play. You think you've got him, and he just steps through, because he will create contact, he will step through contact, he will bounce off contact, and there was definitely contact there on Sylvester Pedersen, who will go to the line. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30 31 32 33 34 35 36 37 38 39 40 41 42 43 44 45 46 47 48 49 50 51 52 53 54 55 56 57 58 59 60 61 62 63 64 65 66 67 68 69 70 71 72 73 74 75 76 77 78 79 80 81 82 83 84 85 86 87 88 89 90 91 92 93 94 95 96 97 98 99 100 101 102 103 104 105 106 107 108 109 110 111 112 113 114 115 116 117 118 119 120 121 122 123 124 125 126 127 128 129 130 131 132 133 134 135 136 137 138 139 140 141 142 143 144 145 146 147 148 149 150 151 152 153 154 155 156 157 158 159 until now, 2 of 4 from the free throw line. Up until this game, and that's short, and 10 points. And he's 1 of 5 from the line. Double team all the way across, open 3, this needs to go, and it's just a little bit overpowered, and Shengelia overpowers Denmark for the rebound. Directing traffic, that leaves the shooter open in the corner because a player made a cut, and that is so key. Maybe a coach in the making, Shengelia, sending a player through to get someone else open. And definite foul there as Jonathan Klusman is fouled on his way to the bucket. For his first visit to the free throw line. But that's a lovely cut. One player gets taken away, the other, the defender that's on the shooter in the corner, just looks for a moment away from the shooter, and that's set up. That was set up, Senadze. They've done that so many times. It's a 20-point lead for Georgia, who've really come out firing in this third quarter. Both free throws made. Nikashvili, that was just, yeah, that's not gonna happen, unfortunately. Just needed to bounce that just over halfway between him and Reed, and that was, yeah. He's trying to do the right thing, but the defense had reacted to that pass. 11 turnovers, Denmark, 6 to Georgia. And Anderson. Penetrate kick. They could have just stepped through there actually for the finish, but they get it to go anyway. But I think, was there a whistle beforehand? Eric Strupp send it back out. And there is a foul on the way on the drive. It's given as a travel. 21-9, Georgia leading this third quarter, making a big statement as they build a 19-point lead. Reed. Deep three, wide open though, and it's good for Georgia. Beautiful play. And Mekwiladze gets it to go, and that's extends the lead to 22. That's beautiful. Pick and pop, and a deep, deep three for Alexandra Mekwiladze. Nice play. That's his first 3 points of the game. Born in 02. 23 years old, 6'8". Let's listen in.
And you're going to switch it, and then you hang up there, you get screened up there, when we come down here, you want to go box down here? Yes, sir. Okay, try and go box. Huh? Okay, so who's taking care of who's in the middle? You on the wing? You on the goal? You on the wing? Okay, Shengelia we take away, right? Always you guys around the take away. Then we're going to execute the other. Expect that they're switching if they have small lineup. Okay, so we play 2 with the step up hammer to this thing. Okay, but listen, guys, attack the basket now. We need to get out there and run now.
Positive timeout. It's got to stay positive. As play resumes. Alan Foss, 57 years old. So a bit of zone defense now from Denmark into the corner, the three, and that with the defense. Great job by Sanadze, and you're inviting the three-point shot, and they've got Sanadze there waiting. 11 points, 3 of 6 from behind the arc. Beautiful finish by Denmark. And Jonathan Klusman, they've got to keep fighting. They've got, whatever happens, they don't want the points difference to be too much. If they're going to lose, they're going to lose by as few as possible. Absolutely the same move. And Mekbuladze gets it to go. Assist by Reed. Defense reacted exactly the same way. Open three for Denmark is long. Reed with the attempted rebound. And it stays with Georgia, who are really putting on a marker. That's real nice. A handoff and then a step out from Alexandra Mekbuladze. That was absolute textbook. Read and react. That's the 2-3 zone. It's sort of a matchup. It's interchangeable here. And now another three. Another make. Alexandra Mekbuladze making a name for himself. The Philo Ostend player in the Basketball Champions League and in Belgium has opened this game up. 2 off the catch, 1 off the bounce and the step aside. And Georgia in complete control here. 29-point lead. And they've blown this game apart from a 7-point lead at half-time. They have blown this quarter open. (33-14) this quarter, not for very long. 33-17 this quarter. Jonathan Klusman with the three. Reed really starting to find his feet with this Georgian national team. A foul, and he just throws it up, feels the contact, and Adam Heed Anderson with the foul. But that's a nice skip across pass. Eric Strupp at 2 minutes 12, seen across and above the D. Makes a nice play. Well, Marquise Reed. (16 points). 17 points now. 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals. Make that 18. 5 of 5 from the line. And he's been a great addition. What a pickup to have someone of his stature in the Turkish BSL, Basketball Super League. Played with Tofas, and the FIBA Euro Cup was the top scorer there. And Denmark keep coming. They miss everything. Ball's loose, and it comes to Sanadze, who just says, let's calm down. Just approaching a minute remaining in the third. Mekbuladze just hands off, just waiting for maybe another opportunity. And a travel. Rare travel, I would think, in Sanadze's career. Tanika Shengalia, and a consoling arm around his shoulder. He's probably saying, I think we got this one. Let's just stay healthy. Finish off the right way. The remainder of this third quarter and the fourth. Underhand shot and a foul on Shengalia. Really clever play. But the one thing Denmark have got, if they have the energy and the intent left, they can play fast. If they can all of a sudden break free and get into their transition game. They could get this lead back in a hurry, and that's what they're going to do. If they can't win the game, they need to get the deficit down as small as possible, because they go to Georgia on Monday. It's 47 Denmark, 74 Georgia. Big third quarter in action here for Georgia as we're into the last minute. Shengelia turns away, spins, double spin, step through, kick, and now another step through. Is it another three made? It has not left the center of the basket. Take a bow, Alexandre Meklusadze. Nice play, straight back at you by Denmark, but they can't get it to go. And a rebound by Meklusadze. What a fantastic quarter he's had. And what a fantastic quarter Georgia have had. Offensive foul, they could do without that. This is his first appearance in the World Cup qualifiers for Meklusadze. Strong foul! My goodness! What a two-hand throwdown with authority from Magnus Molgaard, but I think the referees waved it off, but it's a highlight play anyway. At the end of the third, Denmark 47, wow. Georgia 77. There's the shooting percentages. Georgia 53% from two, 50% from three, 10 of 20, that's outstanding. And just one free throw missed, 15 of 16, the bulk of those made by Tonika Shengelia. But what a quarter by Georgia, and what a quarter from behind the arc by Alexandre Meklusadze. 3 of 3 from behind the arc. In fact, it might even be 4 of 4. As we see some of the highlights. It is 4 of 4. It's just been all Georgia this quarter. 47 to 77, 38-15. They've won this third quarter. They were 7 up at the half. And it's a lot of it's to do with this player right here, Philou Ostend star and Georgia national team star now. Meklusadze, and then that dunk, unfortunately, time had run out. This is his debut for the senior national team. "24 years old. He's played in the Basketball Champions League, just one game this season. 4 points, 2 rebounds for Philou Ostend. What a talent, and they've set him up perfectly, Georgia. Reed with 2 assists. Shengelia. Can Georgia finish strong, or can Denmark eat away at this lead? Because they need to, because it's a long qualification campaign, as Sanadze knows it is. That is a big-time play from Duda Sanadze. 13 points, 5 of 11 from the field. Almost a steal there, back outside. Now Georgia in some zone. Ball's loose, they get the offensive rebound. Magnus Molgaard, they need some hustle from him. Maybe he can get a dunk that will count. All the way to the other side, shots up, is just short. Gets the balls loose. And Denmark, they've got to keep fighting. Shots up, off left, balls loose. And it stays with Denmark, they've got to keep fighting. They need players on the court with energy. A good hustle. And Jukic in for Zarko Jukic is in for Denmark. Pedersen. Klusman. He's open at the free throw line, just short. Big rebound by Mexueladze. He's really doing a great job at 6'8", same sort of size as Şengeli. He's got a great player to learn from as Georgi Kidze turns it over. Good defense. Much needed by Adam Heed-Henderson. A 32-point lead for Georgia. And they get a turnover and they push it ahead, and Şengeli just waits. But they good defense, hands up, push ahead. And a foul. And good job by Kahab Cintaradze making sure there was no easy bucket in transition there, and that is a hard foul. I wonder if they are going to look at upgrading it. Just a personal foul. Heed-Henderson. He's 29 years old. Averaging 3.5 points up to this point, and his first free throws of the qualifiers in this game. And they attack and they finish, and that's beautiful from Cintaradze. Just getting to the hoop. Jensen. Tobias Jensen steps sideways. Three is up, and that's big time. Right in Cintaradze's face and right in front of Coach Djigic. The Serbian not looking too pleased with that, but great three from Jensen. Young player to watch. There goes Şengeli. He's always worth watching. And he'll get back to the free throw line where he's spent a lot of his playing career. Got a great crossover. And Zarko Jukic with the foul. Sanadze comes out, another game Monday. Coach is happy. Sanadze will be happy with the team's work. Cintaradze. Reed comes up from down low. Looks at the handoff. Great pass from Şengeli back outside. And they're going to run out of time. There was options. They just couldn't find the right one or quick enough. So good hustle, good effort by Denmark, and the crowd are still cheering them, as they will do to the end. 30-point lead for Georgia. Jensen lets fly and knocks it down. Tobias Jensen starting to show his full repertoire. The second leading scorer for Denmark. 11 points a game. Shengelia picks it up outside the three-point line. Crossover. Defense tries to come over, but they get the steal. Now in the open floor, and strong layup from Magnus Molgaard. Shengelia all the way to the bucket. He just protects the ball and just keeps going and says, if you don't stop me, I'll score, and you're going to get fouled as well. And just left-hand dribble. There's all sorts of contact, and great concentration from Shengelia. In comes Ogbemudia Ruagbo, just 19 years old. And that's nice play from Shengelia short, and Jukic with the rebound. And there's a foul, and to the line will go Sylvester Pedersen. Nice job by Pedersen. Georgia 83-57. Lead this one. Denmark just have to try and get a stop here, and just one possession at a time, and Reed can't get it to go. Good rebound by Gustav Knudsen. And here comes Young Agbu. Deep three is nothing but net. Jensen really showing his range now. That is big time for Jensen. 83-60. 3 of 6 from behind the arc. They get the steal. Jensen in transition. There's a foul. And this is a really good rear guard action from Denmark. Trying to get this manageable. That is... Yeah, Jensen is 1.98 m. The Rado Farm star and Danish star. So 83-60, they've just got to keep chipping away. Over 5 minutes remaining. And if Georgia switch off and Denmark can start hitting their transition shots, they can get this back in a hurry. Ogbemudia, Agbo, Knudsen, Jensen. They're defending him very tightly now. Penetrate, kick, attack, floater is no good. Great hustle though by both teams. Great play. And Alexandre Mekveladze is fouled. That's still got a fouls to give. That's Denmark's third. And Tobias Jensen with the foul. Bocki Kidzi. They hit the stanchion and they get a little bit wild here, and Jensen pushes ahead into the corner. Open three. Drains it. Now we've got Danish basketball. Gustav Knudsen. 10 points, 2 of 6 from behind the arc. And it's a 20-point advantage for Georgia now. They led by as many as 30. He's already taken that one 4 times. He's made a 3. And Andro Nikashvili, they needed that from him. Got all the way to the basket and finished. Trying to get an open look here. Into the post, double teamed. Strong defense, but someone's going to be open, and here comes the shot off the glass. Can't get it to go. And good job by Georgia. Andro Nikashvili. There's a foul at mid-court by Gustav Knudsen. And that's a nice move from Ratti. And Georgi Ochkikidze comes out. Good job by him tonight. 7 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. Katiashvili, the 17-year-old, in for Georgia. Andro Nikashvili. Shots up. They could do with this going down and missed everything. And they've just got out of sorts here, Georgia. Reed has come out and Shengelia. But they've still got to manage the game. They still want to take a healthy, having had a healthy win here, back to Georgia. Remember, the teams split their games in Eurobasket 2025 qualification. Denmark winning here and Georgia winning in Georgia. So this is a big win for Georgia, getting one on the road. 22-point advantage, 3:19 remaining. This is game 3 of 6 games for these teams in the first round of qualification. Top 3 in the group of 4. So those 3 go through to the second round of qualification. Looking for an open shot. Jensen won't hesitate. He misses one. Big rebound by Tintaradze. And Andro Nikashvili will just try and slow this down. Playing his club basketball in Iceland now. Went to Creighton University for a year, and that's a big hit by Gustav Knudsen. Knudsen comes out. And Gustav Eriksson is in. Eriksson just 17, who's come on the floor. So Katiashvili for Georgia, 17, and Eriksson just 17. (87-63), Georgia in the ascendancy. Eriksson on the out, playing outside. And a big throwdown, and this time from Magnus Molgaard, it does count. Exactly the same as the previous one. Elevates and crushes it with 2 hands. 6 points for Molgaard. Andro Nikashvili, can they get some defense off that great offense? Can they get a stop? Off the glass, ball's loose, still loose. Molgaard has it, and he's fouled. by Andrei Nikashvili, stopping the transition. But Mulgard with a huge dunk again, two-handed. Watch this along the baseline. Just drives, head down almost, and just looks up and says, I'm going up. Anyone joining me? No, it's the answer. Georgia are leading, but it's not easy to get this over the line. Gorgiji, Kosantir. Mulgard at the line. And this is that. And the young man, the young player is handling the rock. Crossover, attacks. Just can't get it to go, but it was a good effort. And rebound by Jukic for Denmark. And a good effort by Wuagbo, but he just couldn't get the pass to Mulgard for maybe another big play. Sort of an understep effort there, but the defense just did enough. Katiashvili, he is brought to his knees, and they get the steal, but he just can't get it to go. It's a 19-year-old versus 17-year-old there on the senior national stage. Katiashvili playing at Baskonia, where, of course, Shengelia played at one of his many teams. So Georgia trying to close this out. Back outside, they're going to have to get the shot up, and they've run out of time. In fact, they carry playing on. Great hustle by both teams, and that is wonderful effort by Jensen. And he keeps possession, gets possession back for Denmark. Wuagbo into the corner. Shots up is long. They get another chance. Shots up, and it's down. Big time shot by Jukic, and good offensive effort on the rebounds by Denmark, playing right to the end. And Wuagbo with the assist. Andrei Nikashvili steps round and can't get it to go. Great to see these young players. Eriksson into the last 20 seconds of the game. Jensen, penetrate, kick. Stolen by Andrei Nikashvili. This is what he does well. And he gets it to go. Really nice play. Long arms and a good defender. That's why I was so impressed about him at Eurobasket 2022 in Tbilisi. And there's another three for Denmark. All these count because they will go up against each other. Jukic for the second three. They'll be up against each other again back in Georgia on Monday. But for tonight, it belongs to Georgia. And Coach Jigic, because Georgia get the win on the road. Final score, Denmark 71, Georgia 89. Well, congratulations, Georgia. These teams have played each other all the way back to the 1995 European Championships. The 5 games spanning that time. And Georgia were leading 3-2 coming into this one, and now they lead 4-2 in the series. But a little peek into the future there with the likes of Eriksson getting time, and Mwagbo and also Kadiashvili. 17 and 19-year-olds on the court, and that was a great performance. And really was key was Alexandre Mekviladze coming in and exploding from behind the arc in the third, along with Shengelia and Reed, who were excellent, and Sanadze. They're looking solid, Georgia. They get the win, they get their first win. They're 1 and 2, so they're solidly in third, Denmark in fourth. So Georgia have that third spot at the moment, and just ahead of them is Ukraine, who lost today. They're 2 and 1, 3 and 0 Spain, 1 and 2 Georgia, 0 and 3 Denmark. So they will rekindle their rivalry on Monday in Georgia. Here's the stats. Georgia 21 of 14 for 2, 10 of 22 for 3, that's a good effort. 17 of 19 from the line. 35 rebounds to 40 from Denmark, 20 assists for Denmark, 15 for Georgia, 10 steals, and for Georgia 6 for Denmark. And Georgia Shengelia 24, 18 for Reed, 13 for Sanadze, 15, 11, 10 for Jensen, Pedersen and Knudsen. Well, here's some of the stats. Well, we've had the stats, and here's some highlights. And Georgia really exploded in that third quarter. They won that 38-15, and then Denmark won the last quarter 24-12. Shengelia and Reed had gone off the floor. Jensen caught fire from behind the three-point line. He ended up with 15 points, 3 of 8 from behind the arc. All of those threes coming in the second half. Nice job by Mwagbo as well, 3 assists coming in, playing solid. And then this dunk, that was his second one of the game highlight play. The first one had just run out of time at the end of the quarter or the half. And then Andro Nishkashvili just slowing down and finishing off a nice bit of defense. But Denmark, they keep firing away, 10 of 34 from behind the arc. Georgia, 10 of 22. And they are victorious. Here's Group A, Spain at the top, Ukraine second. They will play again on Monday. Georgia, Denmark, third and fourth. Georgia 1 and 2, Denmark 0 and 3. 86-66. Spain won in Ukraine today. That's a big result for the group leaders. And former World Cup champions, of course. Well, that's the game done. We've seen the standings, and it's been a great effort by Georgia on the road here. A nod to Georgi Shermandini, who'd retired. I'm sure he would have enjoyed this effort by his long-standing teammates. But Marquise Reed has come in, and of course Shengelia as solid and outstanding as ever. Group A will continue on Monday. With Georgia versus Denmark in Tbilisi. And Spain in Oviedo. They will play Ukraine on Monday evening. We'll be leaving you soon, but just to reflect on the evening. Georgia win the game, but basketball is the winner. And again, our thoughts are with the family of Marcus Engelhardt-Moller as he continues his fight against chemotherapy. We wish him all the very best. All the FIBA family will do that and wish him all the best. They will be wearing the same warm-up tops with number 2 on and Marcus on the back in Georgia on Monday. A great representation by the Danish basketball national team. Well, we came to Farnham in Denmark, 2 teams without a win, and with hopes of a 3rd place resting on the result of this game and the one on Monday. Well, Georgia have come in after a close first half. They took care of business in the second. Shengelia, Reed and Mekweladze all shot. Thanks for watching.